I didn't understand why he seemed intent on driving away, no, murdering, men who held royal blood. Prince Hadrian was not exactly the stoutest of souls, and when King Quentin himself died, as all mortals do, someone would have to take the throne. It made no sense to me that he was killing off everyone with the legitimate claim to it, Silas included. So here we were, determined to ensure that the ones we lost didn't die in vain, and painfully aware of how likely we were to fail in the process. "Who goes there?" We heard the barking call over the squeaking of the wheels. Instantly, the carriage pulled to a stop. Scarlet was immediately upright, her hand pulling out of her skirts a small knife I didn't know she'd been hiding. "Soldiers," Etan murmured. "Isolte." Then louder, he called, "Good afternoon. I am Etan Northcott, a soldier in His Majesty's—" "Northcott? That you?" I watched as Etan's face softened, his eyes squinting. He was suddenly much more at ease. "Colvin?" he called back. There was no answer, so I took it to the affirmative. "I'm escorting my family back home from Coroa. By now you will have heard about my uncle. I'm bringing his widow and daughters home." There was a pause, hinting at the confusion this created, when the soldier started speaking again. "Widow? Surely you don't mean Lord Eastoffe is dead?" Etan's horse bucked beneath him, but he steadied him quickly. "Indeed. And his sons. I was charged by my father to bring the rest of the family back to safety." There was an uncomfortable silence. "Our condolences to your family. We will let you through, but we must do a security check. Protocol." "Yes, of course," Etan agreed. "I understand." The soldier approached to examine our carriage while another walked around the outside, looking beneath the frame. By his voice, I recognized that the one looking in on us was the one Etan had been speaking with. "My Lady Eastoffe," he said, tipping his head toward Mother. "I'm so sorry for your loss." "We thank you for your concern, and for your service," she replied. "You ladies are lucky to have been met by the best regiment in Isolte," he said, puffing his chest. "This road is usually crawling with Coroans. They set fire to a border village not 2 weeks ago. If they'd come upon you, I don't know what would have happened." I swallowed, looking down, then turned my eyes back to the soldier. The connection of an additional lady in the Eastoffe family and the direction we were coming from all came together for him in an instant. He squinted at me, and then looked back to Etan for confirmation. "My cousin Silas's widow," he explained. The soldier shook his head. "Can't believe Silas is gone. Or that he married," he added, looking back at me. In his head, he seemed to be amending his thoughts, tacking on that what he really couldn't believe was that he'd married a Coroan. Not many people could. His eyes shifted from slightly judgmental to entertained. "Can't blame you for wanting to get out of there," he said to me, lifting his chin to the road behind us. "I don't keep up with much going on in Coroa, but it's impossible not to hear how your king has all but gone mad." "Really?" Etan asked. "It's not as if he was that sane in the first place." The soldier laughed. "Agreed. But apparently some girl rejected him and he's been erratic ever since. Rumors are he's taken an axe to one of his best boats, right there on the river where anyone could see. We've heard that he's got someone new, but isn't faithful to her in any sense of the word. Heard he set his castle on fire a few weeks ago, too." "I've been to Careskin," Etan said flatly. "A fire could only improve it." It took everything in me to bite my tongue. Not even at his worst would Jameson want to destroy the pinnacle of Coroan craftsmanship that was Careskin Castle. The only rumor that might pain me